banks are getting robbed every day. Like it's hacks happening in like traditional world all the time that we don't hear about. But it's different with fiat currency because you can easily just add another money into a computer. When this stuff on blockchains, you can't do that. So how do you see the future panning out with that in mind? You know, because I don't think the hacks are ever going to stop. People are always going to lose money. But how do we really slow it down? Other than the things you already listed.
Yeah, well, you gotta give people this idea of permissionless is just a little bit overstated. Like, yes, it should be permissionless, but not every crazy feature needs to be right in the forefront. You know, like, have you noticed like if you want to delete your account on some of these platforms, they make you go into like kind of like one window and then another window, and then you have to type in delete or something, so because they don't want you to screw it up and accidentally lose all of your data on all of your network. Wait, hold on. We've been doing crypto for 10 years, and every other organization does stuff like that to stop you from screwing it up, and we don't. You know that? How is it? So we just need to care, honestly. It's not rocket science. Like, I think one of the first things that needs to go, because as bad as the scams are, honestly, at least at Give It, we've seen more people lose money because of errors than scams. I mean, absolutely lots of scams too, but like I can't tell you how many people have accidentally sent money to the token address that they're of they first they had to add some weird token to MetaMask, so they had copied that address in, and then they think they copied the other address, but they didn't, so they paste this other token contract address, so then they send the token that they want to send to its own contract. And it's just gone.
Yeah. So what's the solution for that one?
You don't let people send money to 0x addresses.
And also,
that's the craziest thing ever.
Test transaction first, always. I lost 10 E's doing this back in 2020. $20. Even if you know it's right, test transaction first.
I have a very good friend. She runs she actually used to work at Give It since in like 2018, 2019. And she made a test transaction of $1 to Coinbase. It was like USDT on arbitrum or something like that. And she sent $1 there, and she goes and she looks, and it's like, oh yeah, it says $1. And then she sends $3,000 there, and it just never shows up. She's like, what's wrong? Well, the dollar was the price of Tether.
Oh.
You know? So she sent $1 there, but when she looked, it was like, yeah, it's $1. You know, the dollar says it's the price of the currency. And so then when she sent $3,000 of this nonprofit's money that she is stewarding, you know, that they had spent a whole weekend deciding what they were going to do with it in like this retreat.
Just wasted a weekend at a retreat.
Yeah,
just had a good time.
But you know what happens? Like I had Then they had all these plans, but you know what happens is like I give it. You know, I'm like, well, that's just such a tragic thing. I'll loan, because what Coinbase told them is, hey, one day we will support Tether on Arbitrum, or I can't remember if it's Tether or USDC or whatever. And when it does, it'll show back in your wallet, right? But until then, sorry, it's gone.